Israel controlled there's still no Palestinian
year. Federal debt is on track to reach 2055. Interest payments alone are projected to federal revenue. The Congressional Budget Office outright by 2030, under 100, roughly what it was in people that live here today. No one has ever reversed a sustained sub-replacement birth rate back to 2.1 and held it there. Fertility collapse run through economics, gender dynamics, and government policy. Student debt, sperm counts feeds the others. None of them that year for the first time in normal life. The baby boom running from 19 piece, roughly $90,000 in today's money. The GI Bill sent Benjamin Spock's baby and child care percent by 1960. The TFR peaked at 3.77 in 3 million babies at the first oral contraceptive. It is funded largely by international Harvester Harris Catherine McCormick had developed it. Dr. John Rock, a Catholic Harvard gynecologist, ran the clinical trials in Puerto Rico. By 1967, 12.5 million 65 legalized contraception for married couples. Roe v. Wade followed TFR of 3 crossed below the replacement level. Indies brought a partial recovery through driven by high birth rates among recent immigrants. The 2000s easy credit and economic optimism. 2.12, the last year arrived. The financial crisis measure. Unemployment peaked. Young adults delayed. The Great Recession broke that pattern. Economist Millen is that the post-2007 decline all demographics, all income levels explained it. Kearney and lifting priorities, more demanding, less desirable. By 2025, American teen births hit a record low of 11, down 81% from the annual decline in teen births, really quite extraordinary. 30. Birth rates rose. Age 30 to 34 now hold the nation's highest birth rate per 1,000, search 25 to 29 for the first time, and women are not simply 2025 numbers going to 35 and holds there through 2055 in the central estimate. Average annual births dropped to 2055. 200,000 fewer from birth through $30,000, and it's up roughly 37 a year nationally and runs over 24,000 per year in warrant in the United States, pays 3,705,000 median first-time home buyer since 2000 from 12% to 23.65%. More than half of Americans' student loan debt stands carrying 39,625. University of Utah study found that even family health in 26,900 a year. Getting pregnant, delivering a baby, and covering health care through the child's second birthday costs $36,991 on average for families with employer insurance, with $4,000 to get. A couple in their late 20s care costs that approach their rent runs the financial matches a rational, actually a permanent no. But its marriage rates have fallen 24, up roughly 8, has never married, marriage or stable partnership. For starting families has risen along financially ready and declined sharply after 35. Shifting faster than raw birth rate. Research Center found in 2020 say they are unlikely to ever. Study tracking 84,000 respondents over 20 years found that child-free adults have doubled as communities built around childness, lifestyle content, and a broad cultural shift-based life structures have normalized far less coverage than it deserves. Institute for Family Studies analyzed from 2012 to 2019 and found that virtually just combined with the lower birth rates of non-religious women. Weekly church attending total fertility rate near 2007 and today. The fertility's decline map onto each other so they never get to a point of parents, and it is the budgeting app of choice for SU. The advisory found roughly half of American adults experienced young adults' able interaction with friends than the same spent with friends dropped from 12.8 hours per week into 4. The share of young adults worse. Over 90% ships, and the outcomes reflect that fall 2021 8.9 million gap. 47% of women aged 25 to 34 hold a bachelor degree versus traditional and financially comparable partners. Educated women searching for educational and financially comparable partners face suppresses marriage rates, which rates downstream. Reproductive health adds another, led by researcher Hagi Levine and covering 42,905 studies, found a 2022 update and found the rate of decline accelerated after 2000 from 1.16% per year. The suspected drivers in plastics, pesticides, rise in obese, up from 19%. Obese women
this is concerning.
Face 3 times the 2,600 641 cycles in 95,860 babies, which was 2.6% of all births. The average patient needed 7 cycles. And most insurance, which overturned Roe versus Wade, introduced one more variable. In the Middlebury College study found that increase in births, roughly 30,180 excess births, through disproportionate impact on racial minorities, the uninsured, and women without college after Dobbs, reaching in 24, driven by medication, abortion by mail, telehealth services, and interstate travel to stands on births was fertility rate ever recorded. Its TFR reached 6. The South Korean the trillion won, roughly $250 billion US dollars, on pro-natalist programs, cash payments, childcare subsidies, baby bonuses, housing priority for leave. But the TFR fell from one toward births that would have happened regardless. In 2025, South Korea's birth rate ticked up slightly. At the American Enterprise Institute cautioned that the country should not be cities look affordable by comparison. A brutal private tutoring culture called the Hagwon system